10 years older than you, and somehow I get hair things when you've got that mess on the top of your head. I don't understand it. But that's all right. I'm not insecure.
Mate, hang on. Oh, you do sound a little bit cut right now. You've been dragging me into it.
I just don't like lies, you know? That's the big thing.
Why? So you're spilling your own lies about saying my hair's not looking too good.
Well, people have eyes, so they can see what's going on in front of them. You know, if someone else did that to you and that was just genetics at work, I wouldn't be like that. But you did that to yourself. You were like, I could cut my hair, and that was the end result. So,
I've had enough of this shit. I don't know. Give me someone else. What the hell?
What do you think about these drafts,
I didn't even deserve these. I didn't deserve all this crap.
Do you think I deserve the receding hairline comment from Nomad?
Yes, you do. You bully us off screen. We've all had enough. Nomad and I, we're standing up. We are standing up against you.
You are literally standing up to casts as well. Oh, I'm entertained. I am sports entertained right now.
Look at the
what do you reckon about this Lina going mid? Like that, I like this quite a lot, right? Because you pick this Death Prophet in response to the Ember Spirit, and then they say, no, we're not going to give you this absolutely free DP lane. We're going to rotate the Lina to mid. I think it's something that I want to say 9 did in the Beth Boom tournament up against Team Spirit. He ended up absolutely crushing in that one. Well, on the top side, they're making a little bit of a roll onto Erica, but they're still just lacking damage right now for them to be able to pick up the kill, maybe? They might actually be able to get a turnaround.
Oh, Yang, the big Crystal Maiden swing will bring him down as Erica sticking out to the battle hunger, but not enough, so Erica will stay alive. Got to be cautious.
He's going to go for the roll. Yeah, Yang's positioning himself in between.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. We'll see.
You know what Nomad is? Nomad's like, oh, never mind. They're going to go for a kill.
Oh, Yang, he just stepped a little bit away from Eric, so they landed the roll. His job. Yang's like,
one job.
You can bait. You bait, I mean, I'll get all the kills. It's worth it. That's what Yang wanted. He wanted them to roll on the NP so Yang could come out on top. Look at that. Beautiful blocks from the trees means that Yang lands a Frostbite, gets the double kill, all the solo experience. And he's going to make sure he can bring some extra little items to help out Erica's lane. It's all Yang. He's never forgotten how to play a core.
And more importantly, TZY has to buy a smoke just to get back to the lane. Like, he's still got 30 seconds left on his TP. So he's having this walk of shame back to the lane. This is exactly what you want when you're ever playing as a Crystal Maiden, right? You just want to absolutely dumpster the lane, couple of kills in a row. Basically, the only heroes that can do it are CM and maybe a Disruptor, where you get a single kill and then you glimpse them back after they have to TP back into the lane. So mission accomplished for Yang up on this top side.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Great start for them, as we should have an opportunity to take a look at how some of the other lanes are going at the moment. So like Fluke brought up in the panel, he's already played the Magnus once in the game versus Cloud. I believe that was game 1 actually versus Cloud. He demolished. One of the best Magnus performances I've seen in quite some time, is we're going to see him actually coming into play now against Guo. But not enough actually to bring him down, but FY's got a big ol' right click as well, so all the supports, that's what they need. You wouldn't expect to see him in a Rubik to have some right click damage, but been able to find a couple of kills off the back of that.
See, the issue that I had with LBZS's draft in this game was probably just the first phase, right? You see this Magnus, we know that he's a player that if you give him the opportunity to, he will solo carry games for you from the offlane, which there are very few people in the world that can do that. Like 33 plus a small handful of others are the only ones that I can think of off the top of my head. And you didn't pick the Undying into the Magnus. That's my big issue, right? Like, Lich is fine enough in the lane, but when you've got a Lina paired together with it already, I feel like they had an option to be able to make this a great lane, and they just missed that big possibility for themselves.
In that game as well, they mag and a Death Prophet too, which is very interesting for Vici Gaming. This is maybe something that we might continue to see them look to favor in regards to the drafts. We do know flexible. Which is the important thing, and also can free up kind of the item build for the Death Prophet. We've seen a lot of DPs in the offlane Ghost build, but now that you have the mag, maybe you don't feel as forced to.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you just have that freedom of being able to vary up the lanes a little bit. Oh, you might be able to get another one of these skewers back. Of course, we know that the Lich just TP'd back to the lane recently. Monte, he's going to have to put himself in a little bit more of an aggressive position. We can see that he's only keeping level with you in terms of the last hits and the overall CS, and the main person suffering is still TZY, a good 500 net worth behind any of the other cores.
And it doesn't seem like that's going to...
It's not going to change. Sorry, I was saying Yang instead has been able to get pulls off while that's all happening. He's forcing the Earth Spirit to move away, so even getting kills down on the bottom side. So things going absolutely horribly. And it's not like Helios rotating at this time is really going to result in too much, right? There's no power runes to be able to play around. He doesn't have any deep wards that he could potentially get through. And Lina's not quite yet level 6, so you can't even go for like a lucky roll that connects into Lightstrike Array and Laguna Blade. He hasn't even leveled Lightstrike Array actually on Dolphin. Really just wanting to keep these lanes as pressured out and keep range away from this Death Prophet as much as possible.
They're actually going to look to try and TP Helios down to bottom, so... Fonte does have a point in the chain to be able to set up. They're actually going to look over at F-Fly's Rubik instead, and with a Frost Blast from downtown will help secure them their second kill of the game. It's a timing rotation as well, because he can now look to make his way back to mid to help secure this for Dolphin.
Yeah, but again, the big issue for mine is what is this Axe going to do this game? Like, if you just hinder him completely, he's not going to be able to set himself up wherever the Nature's Prophet is trying to push, either with a Vanguard or that Blink Dagger. He's going for Phase Boots into the Vanguard for right now, but I mean, it's going to be a fair amount of time until we really see this Axe's impact, unless he gets really lucky and is able to pick up something like that Tumbler's Toy from himself and like jumps across the tree line or something like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You'd love to be able to make some stacks here for the Axe for TZY, but it's Helios has so much to do in a game like this. You're not going the greatest. You would want to try and secure mid as well, because of course Dolphin on the Lina is kind of that win condition. So you've always got the thought in the back of your mind of this first EXO you see, because we're seeing kind of Vici Gaming start to gear themselves up with the observe what that LBZS have placed down. They are able to sniff out FY making cross, so very nicely done.
They had to use the Laguna Blade though, so I wonder if that leads Setsu to feel very confident to perhaps make a push attempt happen. Still is yet to be able to pop the Exo. You've got the Siege creep. You have Rubik coming back on full health and mana if you want. Might even be able to use all of those bottle charges, but right now for Yang, he's really just trying to keep tabs on TZY. At least for the Axe, he's been able to pick up that Ring of Health.
Using some trouble, looking for the RP target with the Wrath of Nature damage. Maybe thinking it was a turnaround potential. Eric is actually submit with the TP. 2 right clicks needed to get the kill, and now they'll turn their attention to Spirit as well. Up in a couple of seconds, Yu's going to try to distance away to dodge the attempt. Goes back in for the long-range shockwave, and that will enable Erica to find the double kill and simultaneously...
Tier 2 tower!
Look at Setsu and Yang. Exo, they get gigantic kill onto Dolphin's Lina, and now they can get a little bit of damage into the tier 1 as well.
No glyph. I mean, this tower's going to die. Leos is coming to try and make sure that that doesn't happen, but again, you really can't do too much solo as this Earth Spirit. Maybe he gets the perfect roll into the kickback. He's going to need someone else helping him out, and look at that sidestep.
So how they want to address TZY? Erica was starting to run on over, but she's getting with some shenanigans, and where the power and go.
It's bot side. Lina's going to be able to pick up that Arcane Rune. Pretty effective. I mean, we're probably going to see the magic damage Lina come out. Of course, you still need to be able to be somewhat of a right-clicking threat. Falcon Blade provides a little bit of the both of that. He knows that you're going to be in a really vulnerable position again if you don't get this BKB on the Lina, but past that stage, I kind of want to see him go down that sort of high burst damage route before you're able to get off, for example, the Spirit Siphons and all of these other abilities. Is I believe he actually denied that tower after Helios went for the smoke, so might be a bit of a missed opportunity. You would hate to see someone get information about this rotation through before they're able to actually convert it. Maybe TZY baiting himself with the Vanguard in the lane could look to set themselves up for something. They know though.
Yeah, Eric, this is a big kill. Observe ward. Eric is to distance away. Where are the boys? Who are the boys? FY. Into the outpost and
don't even need to complete it.
Need to complete it because they're looking for bottom lane instead. He's got the RP at the ready. He's trying to target down. Hasn't got any remnants laid on the ground, so he's going to be cautious about the chain control group up for the double RP. All of a sudden, Vici gaming short with all members.
It's not looking great, is it? Not exactly a carbon copy of the last game, but I mean, this is a lineup that can look to get aggressive a whole lot sooner. You know, you've got the Nature's Prophet and the DP not needing to wait for some big Helm of the Overlord timing. Already taking out the mid-tier 1 tower at the 8-minute mark is obviously a big bonus for them, but now they're not going to have a full bottom side of the map to be able to play around, it seems. Going to need to enable TZY to be a little bit greedier as well. Just pick up a lot of this farm. Have a look at this. Even just using the tree inside of the dire jungle to be able to block up a few more of these camps. Even if TZY is going to get those last hits, they barely give any sort of gold. Like 8 bounty for each of the treant kills that you're able to get. You'd much rather take a hard camp instead.
Yeah,
so they have a siege crypt to play around too.
I guess they've already taken objectives, so
now
at least that's going to be up top T1 tower, but for V get anything out of that catapult. I think for play the map now though for LBZS, because you kind of axe ideally once this triangle area.
You have to. Like,
yeah, but it's like also where's the Lina go? Like this is kind of the big concerns right now for how they're going to be able to kind of spread the farm between all their members.
It's one of those instances where you're just like, look, someone has to take the super dangerous farm. At this point, it's going to be Fonte just pushing the lane out super aggressively, making Vici have to address some kind of play in some sort of defensive manner because they've got the siege creep still alive in that mid lane. And at least he's got some form of escape, right? If he's on point with a fire remnants coming through, he should be able to get away. So it's going to enable Dolphin to farm the jungle relatively safely. And the axe as well, to be able to get into that Blink Dagger. He's also been able to pick up that Tumbler's Toy, so luck favoring LBZS for the next little bit. But they're going to have to try and dodge out a few more of these kills. And in the meantime, Erica, I believe, has finished up that, almost finished up the Rod of Atos.
Just another game, Mr. Dandog, where we see the Nature's Prophet top earth, and really doesn't look like it's going to be contested from anyone anytime soon.
And this was picked with the Batrider available as well, and saw what happened. Oh, okay, at least the smoke catches out that movement coming through from Setsu and Yang. So the Observer Ward placed down there previously by Helios is going to enable him to be in the right position to be able to protect the Axis farm. They even popped the scan for it, and yeah, very nice positioning coming through there from Helios. He's even going to get away on his own.
Yes,
just trying to be as annoying as possible, placing down the sentry just out of range of the Radiant one as well. So easy why. I wonder if he Tumbler's Toy hops up into this area, given that he can see where they're looking to play around with, and just trying to play barely out of range of any sort of vision. But with that, he'll pick up the Blink Dagger for himself, and Earth Spirit, he's got the smoke prepped as well, so you can tell that LBZS want to try and get a kill, get a pick off. If they can do it around the mid lane, that would be the most ideal situation so that they can take their own mid tier 1 tower and start to open up a map a little bit for themselves. But they can see that everyone is grouped up here on Vici, so it's going to need to be the perfect initiation coming through here from Helios.
No mag with them. But no mech, no RP.
They might not expect this. They're kind of grouped up a little bit too close here. Big
we'll see, there's the call. TZY onto the Death Prophet, but the Greed, it's going to be able to blow up.
Yang, though.
Keep a look at the turnaround. Freezing field, lay on. The Maelstrom proc's going to work as well. As F5. He'll snap and here comes Yuma with a wraparound. Skewer into Dolphin's location. Might be able to catch Fonte out as well. Over the tree line will be enough to keep him alive. So in the end, a 4 for 2. It looks like Vici will get the tower as well.
They threw everything at that one though, right? You get the great call off onto the DP, made sure that they don't have that sustain in the team fights through the Spirit Siphon, Laguna Blade, Chain Frost, everything popped in onto him, and it's just not enough. You've used all of your control, so Yang's able to just stand there channeling the freezing field and doing a ton of damage on the CM. Even just placing down that sentry ward, trying to scout out any sort of vision that they had placed up. He knew that, of course, the Helios was able to read that smoke previously. Of course, Yang doesn't know that's because they have this observer ward inside of the dire jungle, but he's doing the right things, going in the safe spaces, putting wards that are going to potentially clip multiple avenues of vision for LBZS.
Yeah, not like this.
He's protecting his profit, you know, much better for him to be the target of this gank than Erica, so I think he's going to be relatively okay with that. Just his second death of the game. And they know that LBZS are wanting to get aggressive. Come on, man. Give him some credit.
It's a classic position 5, trying to make sense of what's dying.
Trying to be positive to someone else. Imagine that. I get told I'm toxic and bullied.
Hang on, what? You're the one that called me up here. Are you serious?
It was in response to someone else. See, no. I'm blaming Nomad for this. He is the one. He is the pot stirrer. Okay, can we share a common enemy?
Nomad's are nothing against me.
Here we go. I offer the olive branch, and this is what happens. All right. Vici Gaming, they're looking to make a move of their own. They've got a smoke. They've got the Blink Dagger available on the Magnus. They clear out that mid wave. And if they can catch out the Axe, that's all of their play potential gone. Luckily enough, though, really good positioning by Guoguo underneath that vision to be able to scout out that movement. And well, they're going to be able to get rid of that vision. So once again, LBZS can't go inside of their own jungle.
Yeah, great read from FY there. Seeing as soon as the smoke popped away, recognizing there was a ward up on the cliff.
Oh, wow.
They might have caught out
Tease. They're going to commit onto Erica down here. They really want to be able to pick this one off. Maybe expecting that he might be able to make this big roll inside of the tree line.
Yeah, they saw the scan. Vici Gaming, an incredible read from them. The scan was on the mark, so they knew exactly what was going on from LBZS, trying to set up onto Erica's Nature's Prophet to push out this bottom lane.
Look at Yang even hunting for more people, just feeling like someone's got to be nearby this, because there's no way they're going to give us a tower at this stage. They don't have Glyph. We've got a Siege Creep available. We got the Exo, but no one's in a position to be able to stop this. At least Dolphin's pushing out the top lane. He has his BKB finished, so I don't want to be overly dramatic, but the next fight really feels like their last chance to be able to come back into this one. They won't have Exo. They won't have Wrath of Nature. You've got the Blink Dagger still on the Axe. You'll have BKB on the Lina. Just get the lanes pushed out a little bit and then look to make a play with all the boys. Probably one more lane still needs to be addressed on this bottom side. Otherwise, it's going to be way too obvious. That's what Dolphin does. You can see, though, that's the main target that they're pinging out. They're saying, here's where the Lina is. He's still their main damage outputter. So let's try and make sure that we have full information about his whereabouts. Here we go. They all look to group up together, although Dolphin's actually playing a little bit away from them. I guess feeling like he still needs to be able to scale and maybe they can get kills happening without him. I'm not quite so confident. The longer that they wait, the closer they are to getting, again, Wrath of Nature's back off cooldown. You don't have Exo, but you've got a Blink Dagger, a BKB now on Setsu. He's nearly level 12, so his next Exo usage is going to be even stronger.
Yes, running into a couple of members. Zergward's going to get laid down on the cliff. Vici are aware of this. So if they're going to try and reoccupy their own jungle, and LBZS is starting to move on forward, but doesn't really see the greatest angle for him to jump into that team fight. So they're going to look to back off and kind of giving up that territory to Vici.
And this is what Vici does, right? They deny away vision, so you're constantly playing scared that you feel like on Dolphin he needs to be in the general whereabouts to be able to join in if there is an engagement that happens. And what do you do all the while? You've got Erica on his Nature's Prophet, sitting back totally safe on his side of the map, continuing to farm, and the net worth is just growing and growing.
TCY?
They've got vision, though. I mean, that is one thing from LBZS. The wards that they have been able to get up, the more unorthodox ones, they've been staying up and providing them with a lot of information. Now, Setsu, Arcane Rune, level 12, BKB available. They're just going to push on forward. He feels like he can't die at this stage. We've got a mech on the mag sitting behind you. Just let Setsu do it all. Maybe don't stand on the creep wave this time. Or maybe he's trying to bait it too.
Yeah, maybe they want to fight. I mean, we saw what happened last time. Even though Setsu did go down, it was still Vici Gaming that were able to on top, and it's like LBZS, they just want nothing to do with this defense.
Even just the little things, like if you had a look at the Radiant Vision before the tower goes down, probably a little bit late now, but New was standing right on the edge of that fog of war, just in perfect position to be able to get the maximum deep dive range of the Blink Dagger without revealing his positioning. So it's just the little things that Vici do so perfectly, understanding exactly where the tier 2 tower vision is going to provide that level of information and control. They will see, though, no EXO, and they walked inside the pit. So this is an area that an Axe and a Chain Frost really wants to be fighting into, even the Magnetize.
See your best work, brother. What can you put out? They're going to see like Dolphin starting to move on over to mid.
I like that he wasn't part of it, though. Like, he needs to be the one to kind of take attention away from a bit of an obvious move. But he ends up just walking left towards the pit, kind of gives away a little bit of information about that. Maybe they could look to try and bait him if he went for that rune, but again, it just seems like they're on the same page, and Setsu's able to pick himself up a free illusion rune, and, well, 25 seconds because of that arcane rune. He's nearly got Exorcism back up, and Erica's just soloing Roche.
He's got that Aghanim Scepter just completed as well for Erica. Rathanator now having the Entangle factor.
Every 60 seconds as well. So,
what a
very underappreciated part.
That's pretty much 10-second downtime on your bonus damage, which is bottom lane, Fonte. You're going to be able to bring him down. There's the Entangle. Do they have the damage afterwards? Well, the Glypnir will definitely help guard to the control. Gaming beautifully done. Get a big kill onto Fonte's Ember, and now they can look to try and deal with the lanes. They're recognizing Ember is really that one clean-up person that's able to address the lanes. So now with him down for 30 seconds, this will give them that opportunity to get the lanes in a position where they can start to get some objectives.
It really doesn't feel like Helios is going to be able to accomplish too much down here either, right? Like, you've got a Nature's Prophet that's double your level, plenty of farm with an Aegis. You're not solo killing him, you're not putting any threat on. Maybe if he had an Observer Ward on that Tinker spot to be able to play around with, maybe he's just trying to cut the wave as well to provide a little bit of protection, but not even. He's just going to TP back while Setsu uses the Exorcism onto that mid lane once again. Feels invincible. More and more of your map melting away. 13k net worth lead, 22 minutes in.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Farming they go. Erica's like, alright, let's just go chill towards the triangle. Happy with what we've got him. We still need to try and get that top lane shoved out. Still going high ground is a bit of a concern. Like, Radiant have okay defense. Frost Shield, it is maxed out. We've got the Lena spam, the Ember spam with Maywell. They're actually going to come outside the base. So who they're going to be able to catch out? TZY actually got it from the illusion. Now New finds an angle in. What an RP! This guy always does it, man. New's Magnus is incredible.
You got to make sure you address it in lane so he doesn't get to this stage where he's not even uber farmed, but just what he's able to do with so little is kind of nutty.
New hero is at
25 seconds.
Alright, well, New's like, thank you.
See you later, Helios.
Put your own life on a Dolphin.
That's a CM.
Dropping the Laguna Blade for just CM, and Yang might not even die. One more right click in the end gets the kill, but the Lena had to...